Eddie. What's going on, Eddie? You know, it's been a while for Eddie, for sure.
Unfortunately, that's all he has is just one scream. It's not a number of screams, but it's time for Jesus and Guitar Safari.
Oh, my.
The bells always go off at 6. You guys probably can't hear them, but the church down there.
Well, Seth, happy Friday to you, my friend.
Happy Friday, microphone. Happy Friday.
And hello to everybody in chat there for joining us today. We are talking about guitar gimmicks that you should avoid, and maybe a couple that actually work. And I think it's going to be an interesting topic. I think everyone's going to have something to say about it.
They got to talk about the string stretcher. The string stretcher. Because everybody loves, do strings stretch? Do they not stretch? Can you even stretch metal? You can't stretch metal.
All right, well, so let's see who is with us today, Seth. We got Zach Thong in the chat saying hello to both you and me. And we had Martin of L&M Guitar Corner in earlier. And so hopefully he's still with us.
Metallica song this week for all of our friends and family as we introduce them. Should we not do that, or should we do that?
I didn't know we were doing it, but okay.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes, I love to think about our friends and family, but I think that we all can agree that we all like to think about Metallica. Right, so can you tell me again who was our first person?
We got Zach Thong in first.
Okay, hold on. Zach Thong. Okay, keep going.
Love it. We got Martin of L&M Guitar Corner.
Martin.
Followed by Patrick Trite saying, hey,
Patrick Trite.
And then you might know this next guy. Hello, everyone. Great topic. Randy Crooks.
Randy.
And we got Unfucking Believable here with us. We got Paul McNary, looks like 8 adult cats and perhaps 4 or 5 kittens. Meow, meow, meow. So the kittens are watching the show. They are devoted now. And we got Michael Krause.
Michael Krause.
And Ben Coombs.
Oh, shit. It's Ben Coombs. It's Ben Coombs.
I can wait for the feedback for this one. Wayne McConnell is in the chat. And Gear Junkie 35.
Oh, wait, I gotta turn my tone knob down. Gear Junkie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Gear Junkie 35. Okay.
And our good buddy Trev is with us.
I almost didn't make it today. Trev. Trev.
And followed by Ryan Hall saying, "Hold that goat."
Ryan Hall is the best friend of us all.
And Time Surfing Alien has a great avatar. I love the updated avatar. Time Surfing Alien is with it.
Beam me up.
And we got Martian Murray. You gotta love it when Martian Murray and Time Surfing Alien happen to come in right about the same time.
It doesn't work when you can hear my pre-strumming.
And Blue Mox is with us as well.
What up, Blue Mox? Hold on.
Followed by H.
Who?
Keith H.
Blue Mox. Keith H. Who's next?
Oh boy. Ferg Burfle's made his way in. Hello there, buddy. And we got John DeShane of the 0812 crew in. And John, that was some beautiful playing last night. So, well,
Oh, you 812.
and we got Way Up Dude, who's new in a chat to us. So hello there and welcome.
Way up, dude.
And that all music is in with us as well. Thank you, sir.
music? Oh, shit.
McCollum music. Hit Metal Works is saying hello to everybody.
Here. I know it sounds like Janet Jackson, but that's your song, Heaven.
Okay, and he is there. He is followed by Terry 3Gs and quickly followed by Guitar Man 45.
Terry 3Gs, will you trade with me? Give me a guitar or a bass or three. And Guitar Man 45 by a Presley.
Bonkers has made his way in.
What up, Bonkers? He was hanging out in my live stream. He was hanging out in my live stream the other day, Charles.
Of course.
I'm back.
You're back? Are you sure you're back?
Well, do we got more people that want heavy metal introductions? Because I'm happy to provide.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Who else that we've got? I think we might have scared some
Did
folks.
we get through it? Did we get?
Faye's made his way in.
Who did?
Eddie Faye.
Wait, here we go. Thank you, Eddie. Coming our way.
So familiar.
Thank you, Eddie. Eddie Faye. Do.
Okay, Seth.
All right,
Let's get serious for a bit.
Let's get serious.
And,
We gotta talk about crap.
We've got a topic. Yeah, crap is kind of the essence of it, isn't it?
Right? Do we buy the crap? Yes.
Do we need the crap?
Yes.
I got a box full of crap. So it is all about guitar gimmicks that you should avoid, and maybe a couple that actually work, right?
A couple that work, they work, but you could still avoid them. I mean, hold on.
Right. Even the ones that really work, do you really need them? And so,
you know what you don't need? You know what no one needs? Let's start the show with this. No one needs this.
Well,
we're going to maybe make people.
I want to address one that has been repeated over and over in the chat already.
All right.
And that is guitars with effects built into them. Never quite what you want them to be, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Yep, totally. It would be cool if they were programmable. Like you could, like with the Spark, how you can dial your tone. If you can do that to them, it's great. But I agree. Onboard stuff is weird.
Yeah, especially if you can't dial it in. Okay, so what do we got here?
Yeah, what is this? Who knows what this is? This is stupid. This is a stupid thing.
Hello there, Charles Green. Welcome in.
It's a bungee cord capo.
A bungee cord capo. And all right, how many times have you used this particular device?
I will never use this device unless I can find a way to turn it into some kind of projectile that flings Eddie or something around. I don't know, but this is terrible. This is the worst design. It's made so you can just hold it over your strings and then reach this around and clip it up. And I get it. It does what it does. Probably does great. Probably does wonderful. I just hate it. I think it's dumb.
Okay, Jay, you probably got the comment of the night here. Jay says using Dookie as a slide or a pick.
Dookie.
That could be a sticky situation.
Well, it could be a dried out scat. Like a skibbity bop boop mo. Get yourself some good dried out scat, and that's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I think that Ben had the best riff out of my whole heavy metal segment.
You should put more effort into it.
I may or may not have pre-practiced Ben's riff. No, I'm kidding.
But you're not admitting to anything. Okay. Time Surfing Alien has hit one that's on my list, right?
Okay.
Chord Buddy was pretty ridiculous.
The Chord Buddy? What, it wraps the cord up for you?
No, this is the one where you look up the cord, and I guess you put it on this plastic device that goes over the neck, right? And it's got like colored buttons that are on it.
Okay, I think I've seen it.
In the shape of the cord.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, if you're going to spend the time doing that, isn't it just as easy? Just look at a chord chart and put your own damn fingers on the board.
If somebody was like really having a problem with their dexterity and they had one little lump to press down on, sure. But other than that, exactly. Yeah. Learn how come on. That seems ridiculous.
Okay. So Chord Buddy was one that had occurred to me, and it was one that I had thought about as I was thinking about this topic. Seth, what's the number one guitar gimmick that comes to your mind?
I like to think of the ones that I like that everybody likes to hate on. I like the string stretcher. Stretcha. Although currently I don't have one. Mine broke. I need to spend the $3. Or someone wants to send me one. That'd be accepted.
String stretcher is one that I think is actually really good. It's really good to help you getting those strings seated properly.
Correctly. Getting them pulled in.
Rather than stretching them, but the misnomer of how we tend to refer to that, that process, I suppose.
Whatever. Refer to it however you want. I refer to it as the metal stretches too. You pull that shit hard enough, it's going to break. What does it do before it breaks?
Okay.
Right?
You're opening this can of worms again.
I'm just saying that strings stretch.
This is a deja vu moment. I'm just saying.
I agree that a string that's been built to hold the correct tension, when held under the tension that it's intended for, under that circumstance, it will not stretch. Okay? It will not. That string, that's I think where guitar companies are coming from, that no, their strings don't stretch. But if you pull infinitely with more and more tension on either end of that, it's going to stretch and then it's going to snap.
It's the question, I guess, is how much of a stretch, right? Before.
Well, I agree that they don't stretch under normal tension conditions unless you way over tighten them. You know what I mean? Or you way over pull then you're like, if you're really actually stretching the metal, then that's a problem. But you're right about the seating. The who has a Seth stretcher? Hey Terry, Seth's been on a stretcher more times than Seth likes to think about in his life. All right.
Sometimes after unpopular shows, Seth ends up on the stretcher.
The Seth stretcher. I had a doctor in Hawaii tell me, you need to quit. You need to change hobbies. And that was before hang gliding.
Well, Martin brings up one that I haven't heard of before. And he says the first thing that comes to his mind is the EBO. If you're not really skilled, you're probably better off practicing something something else other than putting time into this thing. But
yeah, you can get an effect. Yeah, you can get an effect that does it way easier than understanding. But if you understand,
help me out here, Seth. What is this EBO thing?
Oh, the EBO is essentially a handheld sustainer pickup.
Okay.
So it vibrates your string indefinitely when you hold it close enough. It's a little magnetic field generator, is what you can call it. And you hold your string close enough to it, and it's gonna vibrate your string. And over your pickup, it creates this violin effect because you can move your hand and you're not strumming at all, but you're getting vibration. It's pretty great, pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But I agree that the effect can be achieved very closely to mimicking it with a effect, and it's so much easier. You just one pluck of the string. But EBOs are cool, Michael. Yes, you are right.
So it is something fun to play with, but if you're working on a technique, it's probably not the thing for you.
Totally.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, well, if you are someone who is into making a bunch of cool sounds, if you're someone who's into, there's, different players. There's players that are into playing songs, players that are into playing with their friends. There's players that are shoegazers and stuff like that, right? But if you're into making sounds and doing cool, weird stuff, EBOs are fun. Yeah, totally fun.
Excellent.
Worth the money because you'll get that much enjoyment out of it, $100 worth of enjoyment or whatever they are.
This is why I love this community too, because Gear Junkie 35 is talking about expensive tubes. You get 0.02% return on a tone that for 500% more cost.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That is crazy when you get up into those levels of diminished returns. It's kind of nutty that but here's another thing that I think, though, if you got it, spend it and do it, right? Why not? But I wouldn't, just because I financially am not there.
Excellent. There was one, the first one that came to my mind is one I've never used. I would never think about buying, but you see it everywhere.
Okay.
And it's this pick punch.
To make your own picks?
To make your own picks out of like a credit card or piece of plastic or whatever. And I'm just thinking about how picky guys are about their guitar picks, right?
Oh yeah. No, a pick punch because I don't have scissors.
Right.
That's all I'll try. Right.
But think about it. Even if I don't have a guitar pick, I would rather play with just my fingers, the backside of my nails, rather than go getting this device and punching out this pick is probably way too thick anyway.
Right? I think I think it's more for someone who wants to, be silly. I don't know. I guess maybe there's someone who loves the thickness of the credit card or whatever, and they cut them out anyway, and they're like, that's their thing. So for them, whatever. People play with the bread things, right? The bread clips, the little plastic bread clips.
Oh, really? Have you seen that?
I mean, everybody who's poor and grew up with guitars had to play with the bread clip now and then. Come on, folks. We've all been there, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe just me.
I think this comment was from our earlier part of playing in names.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah, it'll happen. Sorry, Ben. Sorry, Ben.
But it is.
This song was
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, no, there's some things you can't unhear. Some of those notes weren't even notes that they don't even actually exist. But,
All right. Well, Seth, what was another one that kind of came to your mind as you were thinking about it?
Well, other than the string stretcher, which I like, a gimmick that I like is the Spark amp.
The Spark amp.
It's not a cheap. I mean, it's not a cheap gimmick, but it is a gimmick, and they are. It's been a gimmick for a while now. And it's been a thing, and everybody talks about it. And, it actually comes up in discussion, and it seems like they've held their ground pretty well. They've remained useful.
Yes, Guitar Man 45. This is where you come for the auditions, and just sign in there, the clipboard in the back.
I don't know. Are these things gimmicks? They're little clippers. Although, you know what? I will say now that I see
that's a gimmick. It's a tool. Whether I don't think they work overly well.
Yeah, they don't. The clippers certainly don't work well. You'd have to be like with two hands. You know what I mean? But the pin puller, I'll give them that, because on acoustics, especially if you don't have a separate tool for that, that's very useful. But these things are kind of silly, I always think. I guess it's just because for a long time I've had myself using a power drill for my guitars.
There was a portable guitar neck that you could take around with you. The jam sticks, right?
Yeah, the jam stick.
This one like this. Okay, that one never made sense to me, because now you just look like a jerk out in public going like this on a stick.
Jam sticks, freaking best idea ever. I love it.
Really?
No, but I wish it would have just caught on, and that everybody was walking around playing the jam stick. Everybody was shredding. No, guitar's hard, dude. A lot of people don't mesh with guitar because it can be frustrating, and some people they don't get the rewards quick enough, and they move on to other things. Good to see Seth. Made it home, Seth. Oh, dude, Patrick.
Yeah, we still told on you last week. If you have not watched last week's show,
I watched a little bit of it.
You should have felt the tire marks on your back. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's weird. Well, dude, I'll tell you this much. All right. So the night that I missed our show was the night I was going with my wife. All right. So it's just me and my wife, no problem. Right. So I get out there. Hey, Presley +1. So I get in, and then after the show, say what's up to Todd, and hey, and then we're like, hey, then he's like, all right, see you tomorrow night. So I'm like, great. I was like, I hope it's not weird. Tomorrow night, I'm bringing two of my friends that also work at the school, or the guy that works at the school and his wife, who are fans for a long time, but we're not rich. Anyway, he's no problem. I got you plus 2 on the list. So I get there the next night, and I said, hey, Presley +2. And then like, nope. I got Presley +1. And I was like, bummer. So I had my friends just go in. I was like, you guys just go ahead in. I'm not tripping. We had driven separately. You guys go in. I'm not tripping. Not worried about it. So I texted Todd, and he's like, dude, no big deal. He called me up. He's like, what are they saying? No big deal. He comes out of the bus, and he's like, here's my pass. You can have my pass for all access. I was like, oh, all access? It's a barbecue show. So anyway, but no backstage anyway. But it was really cool. It was fun. So I was like, okay, now I know I can get in. And then he's like, oh, do you want to see the tour bus? Well, I'm not going to say no. So I walk in to the tour bus, and then the singer's sitting in the front, Glenn, who I've met before. We had lunch at DreamWorks many, many years ago. I introduced him to the people there. just because. And anyway, so I said, "What's up?" to him, and then we went in the back of the bus and checked out all their bunks. Dude, it was a crazy experience because I don't know if I'd want to do it, dude. With like 9 other guys, all men, in a bunch of bunks on the bus. But anyway, it was really nice. It was brand new and posh and beautiful. And we went and hung out in the back for a little while. And then before we knew it, I was like, oh shit, you guys are about to go on stage. I better bail. So I rolled out. But it was really cool that that he did that. That's a very
glad you had a great time.
I had a great time. It was great.
But Paul McNary says string butlers were probably not much use, but his OCD wants the strings to be straight.
Yeah, I think they do make a little bit of a difference in the nut, man. Because I mean, if your nut is cut correctly and everything goes right, you can get away with a big break angle. But if you can clean that up a lot, going through the nut, and you know that the next point that they're going to roll on is not going to have a problem, then you're good. I agree with those things to solve a problem. Not if there's no problem at all, but if you're having issues and you struggled, but if you get the nut cut right, you should be okay.
You know. Going through and trying to catch up on things, and let's see. Eleanor Guitar Corner had said, how do you bend a string if it does not stretch?
Randy, can I show some pictures of your guitar? How can you bend a string if it doesn't stretch?
How are you there, buddy?
Thank you. Isn't that how the note?
Well, Ben Coombs says, no human pulling a string hard enough to stretch. You need to use something mechanical to do that.
Right. I agree with that as well. But I'm agreeing with this tone thing. Like, you're changing the vibration in the string, maybe not so much stretching the string, but you are tightening it.
Just wanted to take a minute here and thank Charles Green and him showing off that Motley Crue guitar as much as he has been. And it was a really fun project. And Charles, I really appreciate you doing it with me. And
dude, Charles Green is the man. And didn't he assemble it all himself?
He put it all together. He's got a Nephew Tone Floyd on it with titanium screws and saddles and the whole nine, and different colors, the colors that enhance the guitar itself. And it's just beautiful, man.
Super stoked. I wanted to ask Randy if I could show off his guitar that I just finished, but it's already in the mail, but I want to make sure he's cool. Well, it's actually, how could he not be cool with it? Because it's an ad that's up on Reverb, so anybody could see it. Or you want to single me out, and I want to show you the finished product.
Hold on 1 minute. Time Surfing Alien has said, have you seen any of the tone bar for acoustic guitars? Does it work? And this is
I have seen it.
I'm aware of.
I have seen it. Do I think that it works? I think that it could help in certain scenarios. Like if you have a super terrible guitar with terrible zero bracing and all that, it could totally help. But
excellent.
Am I into it?
Okay, so all right, let me get you soloed out here. Hold on.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, so this is the guitar that Seth has built for Randy Crooks and is currently in shipping, right?
Yeah. I hate that, right? I hate sending them away, but there's another good one. It had a lot of it's a really nice flame on it. And let me get there's the headstock shape that he helped me to decide on the headstock shape.
Nice. There's a real PRS vibe going on that thing.
It's a PRS Lee.
PRS Lee.
That's what we're calling it. It's a PRS Lee. I mean, you can really see that the flame came out really good with many applications of gun stock oil. So that's it. It's on its way to him.
Very nice.
Bartolini 77s, so they're a little bit hot, little bit they do everything actually. Batman, I played it a lot. I played it for about a week before I sent it out to make sure it was.
So Blue Mox here seems to have an issue with the Floyd Rose specials. He says you never know what you're really going to get.
Floyd Rose. You see, it all depends on the setup, right? Mm-hmm. Floyd's can be a dream or a nightmare.
I think he's talking about the difference between a true Floyd Rose and the Floyd Rose copies, perhaps.
Oh yeah. You don't want a cheap, terrible copy. I just fixed a cheap trem problem this week where the bar had snapped off in the block. So I had to order a new trim and put it in and got that all done. But it's still, as I was doing it, I was like, that should not happen.
All right. So there was, let's see, what else were you thinking of in terms of gimmicks that you should avoid?
Well, all of mine so far I've tried to be like on the positive side of the gimmicks that I think I like. And I'm going to keep going that direction, but I'm going to go gimmick that I haven't tried yet that I want to try that I think I would like is what the hell do they call it? Tuner. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. The one that automatically tunes your guitar up to the note.
Oh,
the roadie
tuners.
The roadie tuner. The hobo roadie tuner. You know what I'm talking about, hobo. It's the roadie tuner. You hit the button and it goes straight to the note. I'm into that. I'm willing to try that. That would be cool.
Hello there, Ryan.
Actually, here's the thing. I like the robo tuners. When I have them and they were set up and they were working properly and you know how to use them and you've learned how to de-string and restring and you can do all that by hitting the button. Like, you know how to do that? Man, I like those robo tuners, especially for a kid who, working at School of Rock, I see a lot of kids sit there and fiddle with the tuners for 9 minutes in a 45-minute lesson. And you want to get some money out of your lessons, send them in with some freaking robo tuners so their shit's in tune, or get them. You know why is it that all kids that are just learning how to tune their guitar, like, and what do we give them? We give them the shittiest tuners that exist. We don't cut the nut on the guitar, and then we put the guitar in a gig bag.
Right, and it's a plastic nut at that too.
It's usually the shittiest nut, but I like plastic nuts if you cut them right and you lubricate them. They work great. They last forever. I've had a plastic nut that was on a guitar that was 40 years old that was perfect, but they get a bad rap, I think.
All right. Well, OU812 brings one in. He says the guitar gimmick that really chaps his ass is the Jeff Pro Gizmo, and I don't know what this is.
Jeff Pro Gizmo. Please chime in again and say more about what it is, because it's ringing a bell a little bit, but I don't know. Like the fart pedal. Come on, man.
Oh, that's just a waste of time. Yeah, that's let's be 13 again and have fun with it.
People know that people are gonna buy it for their friend as a joke. You know what I mean? Or yeah, but you got him a fart pedal.
And Paul McNary says licensed Floyd Roses are incredibly inconsistent.
Oh wow, yeah, right, because they license it and then you could be doing a shitty job and you could probably do a really terrible job for quite a while before Floyd Rose would go through all that it takes to go through to come in and shut you down.
Yeah. And Charles Green is commenting because he did put an FU tone Floyd Rose on that
nice.
Kramer, and he says he's never used a more stable
excuse me
gear there.
FU tone's good stuff. Yeah.
And if you use Canucks, you can get 15% off. Go to Ben Coombs' channel and you can use that Canucks code that he has. And you can
use Ben's link. Go in there and if you're gonna do some shopping, might as well.
Exactly.
Support a brother.
Okay, so Ryan, going back to what he was talking about, it's that electronic trans trem simulator.
Oh, yeah. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. I'd like an octavator and octave chord thing. They are weird. I have an octave simulator. Um, it's right over. I have a digital synthesizer pedal. You've seen it before, Charles. But it does have one setting where you can do octaves of whatever sound you're sending in. But
This is why I love Martin, right? Oh, I've got a community favorite here, the Albatross pedal, because Music Therapy Laz, as much as I love him, he tortured us with that pedal.
right.
And hello there, Dwight Bailey. The Hitman is in the house.
What is happening, Dwight? Shredmaster Bailey. Yep. So that kit, dude, the kit that I built, with all the flame, so stoked on it. So stoked. So
that's right, Ben. Your code is for Tessie Switch. Thinking on my part.
Sorry, bummer. We'll go get a Tessie Switch because you should have one of those too.
FU Tone, in case you were wondering, Ben could use a code.
Charles, be a good idea. Get him the code.
The folks over at OU and 2 probably could use a code, but just saying.
So I like that kit so much. I immediately ordered another one, and it arrived, and whoever had applied the veneer to the top had like burned through it in a couple of spots. And I was like, oh, this is not good. And I was thinking, you buy a fairly inexpensive kit that you weren't you're going to have troubles with the company. I had the opposite. I emailed the guy with a couple of pictures, or emailed back to the confirmation email. And they said, oh my God, I see what you're talking about. We're going to send you out a new one. And in the package for the new one will be the return label. I got the new one today. Chef's kiss. It's all it's flamed like the other one. The other one that came that was that had the hole in it that was messed up was not flamed at all. It was burled and whatever, but it wasn't flamed. It didn't look great. This one, not quite as much as Randy's though. Randy's still the winner so far as his guitar had the most flame. So, but this one is also too good, I think, to paint the back. And I'm just gonna stain it.
Martin, it is true. We probably haven't heard it in a year, but it is stuck in our memory. It is stuck in our memory. Oh, incidentally, Seth, do you know who my guest is going to be on Sunday?
Who is that?
That's going to be Music Therapy Laz.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And do you know who Music Therapy Laz's guest is going to be on Sunday?
You.
It's going to be me. We're going to do a double feature.
A double back to back?
Back to back.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. That's only 2 hours, right? It's only 2 hours.
I see a lot of unsubscribing in the future.
I thought of hitting him up when I go down to Livermore and doing a live stream with him and me together down there.
I think it would be cool. The one thing about Laz is he is super chill, has a really great attitude about things. He's the guy you have fun with.
Yeah, I actually had dinner with him. Yep, he was in town and he hit me up and I was like, well, my wife had just said, I'm going out. Either whether she was working or she was like, I'm going out with the friends. And that's exactly what her voice is, Charles. She said, I'm going out with a friend. You've heard her. So, isn't that exactly her voice?
Yeah, you have Benjamin.
And then I was like, oh, fucking Laz wants to have food. Let's go have some pizza. And we went out down to you know what he did? He came at the very last minute, right before they're closing the doors at Bananas at Large, and all the people that wanted to leave were standing around there tapping their foot, like, "Who's this jerk? This guy looks stoned." And I was like, "Oh yeah, oh,
well,
okay.
They know you. They know you. That's all.
But I don't know why you're looking at me." Anyway, so I ended up having to be there till the last second, and then finally Laz shows up. Gets on but his buddy Music Gear Junkie was getting an amp. I think I forget who it was, but his buddy was getting an amp. He was picking it up.
Excellent. Zach Thong, I have actually checked out Driftwood Guitars channel and really enjoy watching them build stuff. Yeah. So
Yep.
I kind of figured Zach would be into that because Zach is a really acoustic guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, I haven't been brave enough to ask that question yet.
JB?
Johnny Bean.
Oh.
So I'm gonna be nice and I'll say. All right, so well, what else you got in your pocket for guitar gimmicks?
Stupid things. Like we're gonna get beat up here. The mega light gauge strings, the 7 to 36 strings. That's a gimmick. Who's playing sevens, y'all?
Well, I know who's playing sevens. Sean Hockey is playing sevens, and he's not
Sean
here.
Hockey's probably got more talented. He's also probably playing a 7-string, so it would be like 7 through 46, right?
For sure.
7-string, right, with a 7 on the very, very top and down to 46. I could see that. That's crazy, though. That those yeah.
So is there what are some of the ones that you've kind of looked at and you've seen you're like, no, I'm not even bothering.
That I wouldn't even mess with.
Yeah, just on the look of it.
I contemplated getting the guitar table thing from StewMac that bolts to the ground. That looks like, it's like a bench that folds in and flops out and does all this. You can move it around in any way that you want to move it, and it looks very useful. And I could at the time that I was truly really looking at it, I could have afforded it, and I just was like, should I allocate my money toward other tools, or do I really need this bench that just seemed like a gimmick? Like a bench to me is a bench. Give me a table with a nice soft cloth on the top of it, and I can do my work. It doesn't have to be a spinny, although, it might be cool at some point. If I was in some kind of high-end shop, I might want to look that cool, but, whatever. I like a bench. I'm good.
There you go.
So I did entertain that. That was kind of a gimmicky. I always get in the, I have entertained getting the, what is it called, y'all? The SRT 8 guitar that is onboard electronics that we were talking about earlier that we hate. That has a little, but it's kind of a programmable app. There is an app. God knows how long they'll support it, or it might already not be supported. But it was like I'm sure it was made by Court, but it was like a GTR. GTR is what it was called. GTR something. The GTRS is what I am thinking. And it has onboard electronics, and you can plug straight into headphones, and then you can have 3 or 4 settings like blues, dirty, solo, and whatever. And then you could go in and further customize in the amp, kind of Spark style. But
so what are your thoughts about modeling amps being considered as perhaps a gimmick? Right?
No, they're not a gimmick anymore. Nope. That's it. They are here to stay. Especially when they started with having the ability to record an actual amp and re-emulate it. They're going to be here forever.
And I'm usually right here with Ben on this. I don't want anything that really involves an app. The only exception that I've had to that is the Spark amp.
Yep.
But other than that, I won't use anything that's guitar related that you need an amp for, or that you need some kind of app for.
It's so bad now. Everything is app related, like everything.
All right, Trev, if you go for nachos, you better get enough for everybody. We've had this conversation before.
Sounds so good. I think I'm doing Indian food with some naan and some rice, and eating it up.
I love this from Ryan Hall because the first electric guitar my parents bought me for Christmas once was this really cheap Les Paul copy, and it had the speaker in it, right?
Oh yeah,
And
totally.
it just sounds like dog crap.
But so I had a student that was coming, I still am teaching him at the School of Rock, and he has an Ibanez Geo that is a 2 humbucker, but the humbucker in the front is a little speaker, right? And it has onboard, whatever, little onboard amp. And he just picks it up and plays it all the time. And so plays it until the batteries are dead. And then they replace it and he plays it until the batteries are dead. So, because it's so easy for him to pick up, and it sounds that they've come a long way with that technology, right? So it sounds pretty decent. Yeah, man, I kind of like that idea.
So Eddie Faye's asking if we use an audio interface, and I don't know how that relates to what the conversation is here. But
just asking.
I don't know if it was in reference to modelers or what was going on there. But no, I'm using one here in order to make my sound correct, right? And so
yeah, I just use one because I've got this deep, dark, beautiful kind of like, it's almost like a glossy, golden, a wonderful tone that's coming out of my mouth when I talk. So I need to have this to just carry it to your ears and massage you.
Update from Randy. He says he should have the guitar on Monday. According to the tracking, I would imagine.
Dude, you are stoked, Randy. That was a fun guitar.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing him unbox it. Are you guys gonna maybe perhaps try to coordinate some kind of unboxing?
I don't know. Maybe he can shoot an unboxing and post it or send it to me, or we could, go live together on my channel.
I'll just kind of give a warning here. I wanted to once again thank Ryan and YoYo812 crew for hosting the unboxing of the Charles Green guitar.
How cool is that, right? That's very cool.
About 15 minutes after we finish here, I've got a video that's going to go. And basically what I did was I stole the footage from Ryan's show where Charles is unboxing the guitar, and I put an intro and an outro to it to add it so it would be part of that whole playlist that I've got.
Right. As part of the payoff of.
But I really encourage people to go over to Ryan's channel and check them out if you haven't been here. I don't know who here wouldn't have been, but if you haven't, you're missing something. And if you want to see the whole specific show that where Ryan hosted that link is also in the comments of that video as well.
If you want to hear some great guitar playing, some shredding, and occasionally I just like I actually kind of prefer, and I'm not to pull other players out of the mix, but I like it when Ryan is shredding, doing the Van Halen songs that are tricky, that are specifically tricky to the Trans-Tram guitar. And I know that's only on Thursday. The other nights are more of a club hangout, and I get it, and everybody gets to shred. Yeah, but Thursdays are.
I love Time Surfing Alien's comment here, though, because he says with today's technology, he really wonders what guitars are going to be like in 10 years.
We're going to be playing even more vintage equipment. We're going to find guitars that were built in the 1300s by Vikings, and we're going to find out that they had the best tone because they're the oldest guitars, even though they only have one fret. So everybody can play one note, which is pretty much what pop music has in it nowadays. So it'll work out.
Okay, Blue Mox, I'll answer this one. The Pocket Fisherman it's better that than nothing, right? This is the fisherman's. I gotta have something rod, right? Here,
okay.
And,
oh yeah. You put it's like this little tiny thing, and
but I will tell you, as someone who used to fish a whole lot, I was much more in favor of the collapsible fishing poles. So it's like
Oh
segments.
yeah, yeah.
The whole pole would
Telescoping
flap
pole.
down, and the pole comes into this, and I would just always leave it in the back of my truck.
Yep.
And had that in its own tackle box, and so you have a full size rod that can actually do most things. And I always took the cheap reel that came with the collapsible pole, and I would put a quality reel on it.
Mm-hmm.
And see, then you have
You were upgrading. You put a Seymour Duncan on there.
exactly.
Give me a Seymour Duncan reel. Forget whatever. I got a Shimano. I got some good stuff, and it is also vintage. Because with fishing stuff, how far does the technology have to go? The vintage stuff I have got is nice. It's quality. So,
well, Martin is adding in that he really likes many of the gimmicks of the Shark guitars, with the exception of the built-in pedal board.
Wait, which guitars?
Shark guitars.
Shark guitars.
Not something I'm familiar with, but sounds interesting.
Sounds interesting, right? I know.
Oh, Martian Murray, you are a blast. Necklace guitars are the future.
So, Martian, I've thought of this. So they are going to, at some point, to be able to develop laser technology that has, how do you say it? Like, you'll be able to feel it, right? So they'll have lasers that they'll be able to hit a thing and it will go, and you'll be able to feel it. Yeah. So at that point, yes, you're totally right. We're gonna have laser guitars.
Yeah, Blue Mox, you take that collapsible one that your dad gave you, put a great reel on it, and you'll be super happy. Super happy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I probably should get a collapsible one. It's way easier to ride around.
Well, it's like it was one of the things when I was getting my master's, right?
Mm-hmm.
The college, which is maybe a block from where I am, they have a pond with a little window on top. And when my class would let out, and I had about a half hour after my class before I had to pick my son up at daycare.
Okay.
So whenever I went to class, I would go to class, and then I would pull out of my truck my collapsible fishing pole, and I'd go over to the pond, and I'd catch a couple of fish and throw them back, catch and release. And then I would go pick up the son.
A
little me time in there, yeah.
Yeah, instead of scrolling on your phone, although that might have been pre-death scrolling days, which is good. Mm-hmm.
Symmetry has a cool story about the pocket fisherman and Blue Mox, so talk to him about that, and he'll get to you.
Right.
And so those Shark guitars Martin was talking about, he saw them at the NAMM show, and they're totally modular and adjustable. So interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. I've seen a couple of, the one that folds out now that's all metal and robust and folds out is just amazing. It's like gone to a next level.
Randy, you have a great evening, buddy. Thank you for stopping in.
RC, we appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for coming through. Your guitar is on its way.
So,
super
and
stoked.
Martin was saying all the joints looked really well machined, that were really sturdy. They were made in Turkey. So he was kind of interested in, I think, maybe checking them out a little bit more, and he got a chance to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like those kit builds that you guys are doing over there on L&M. Is that Martin, or is that
the kit builds that you see over there are usually Martin?
And yeah, I mean,
he's working on several of them right now. One for his son, and I think the other one for his daughter. And Martin is very diligent about the work that he does, and he will spend the time to make sure it's right.
This is the new one.
All right, let me get you soloed out here. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. This is the new kit that I just ordered. You won't be able to see the flame, but there's a lot of tight flame. But it's...
So did they have you send back that other kit or not?
Yeah, they sent me the return label and sent me this new body that looks like they really QC'd it. because the flame is just epic.
And so they made you send back the other one, huh?
Yes, they sent me a label to send back the other one. They didn't just give me the other one.
That's too bad. I could have done something with the other one. We could have done
like a cloth top or something on it. Yeah.
Yeah, we could have done a dual build on it. I could have sanded that veneer right off of there.
Right. No, they sent me a label to send it back. And that one, I mean, it kind of wasn't what was advertised, right? So I'm very stoked to be doing these kit builds, kind of like Martin is doing, because it gives you the chance to make the headstock shape your own, and do some sanding of other stuff a little bit further than what they might do.
Here's what I like about what Martin's doing, because he gives me a little bit of a correction here. He's working on one for him and one for his daughter, but his son has been working on his own.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's bringing, he is bringing in the whole family into this guitar situation.
Totally.
So that we will have that next generation of guitar players there.
Yep, I gave my little nephew that mini guitar that I built for him. He was stoked. Actually, I got to call. I should call. When we're done here, I'm probably going to call. Make sure he's still strumming that little thing.
That's all right. See if there's anything he needs, and
play me some chords, damn it. Let me hear E. If you can't play E minor, I'm going to come and smack you.
So, Seth, what do you got on tap for the next coming week here in terms of your channel?
On my channel, dude, I am so random and awful with summertime. I mean, I'm great, but I'm awful. So I do like a whole lot of nothing, because I wake up early, have coffee, work on guitars, figure it's too early or I'm just too ugly to be on the internet, so I don't get on the internet. And then then I walk the dog and make an early lunch for the wife. Then I come back down here, work on some guitars a little bit more, and it's just I haven't been super stoked to just have the camera on. But maybe on Wednesday again, because we'll give an update. I'll be working now that I have this kit came in. So the kit that was shitty came in. I had to wait a couple extra days. So now I got this to work. Oh, before we're done, can I show you something that I got for free off the street, Charles?
I don't see why not.
This is no freaking joke, dude. It just turned out it didn't have a battery in it.
Hey, look who's here.
All right, check this out, dude.
Hey, Dylan Washburn.
What's up, Dylan Washburn?
You're watching us live. So, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Okay, it didn't have a battery in it.
Hope all is going well there in Denver.
This is free from the street. Didn't have a battery in it. I had the battery on my own at home.
All right,
bam.
So. Ooh.
Makita 4300. Check this motherfucker.
You could dismember somebody with that.
Well,
and as I say that, I'm wondering if I should be apologizing.
Dude, tell me that's not. I mean, I got to get a new blade for it, clean it up a little bit. But come on, man.
But no, hey, it works.
The street saw.
It's great until it doesn't, right?
Dude, it's freaking. This thing's gonna be great.
Hey, a new tool is nothing to sneeze at. And even if that tool is just new to you.
Street saw? Come on, man. Respect the street saw. Or it'll all. You know what this is great for doing? Stealing catalytic converters. This is what you need.
We're not supposed to talk about your side job here.
Wait, hold on. Now I'm thinking, well, this guitar stuff is bullshit. I need to get out there and really make some money.
Oh my.
People do that all the time, but I'm not trying to get shot stealing a catalytic converter, because I'll shoot you. You try to steal my catalytic converter, you're getting shot.
Okay, so you're random and you're just going live as you come up with stuff lately, kind of for the summer, right?
Yeah, thank you.
And then when you hit the fall and kids go back to school, then you're going to get more regular again. Is that the
Back
idea?
on a regular. And I might expand the playing some Presley's into doing some hanging out with Presley with more than just one character hanging out at a time, but usually hanging out here live with me.
Martin, we need to
One-on-one.
do an update on your chatting with Charles, and we could show those off there. I think that'd be a great idea.
On what?
If you're available, my friend.
Who?
Martin is saying I've got pictures of the current state of the ES 175.
What the Mitch Heyman's happening around here?
Yeah, I know. The Mitch Heyman guy is here.
Yeah, I love that.
Incidentally, if you're interested in Mitch Heyman will be my guest on Chatting with Charles on August 4th.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's going on? And rumor is that as we go through this week, a fella is going to be working on the Warlock again.
Oh, boy.
And there is a telly project that I need to start for my brother.
Okay.
If you're an America kind of guy, you're going to want to be in on this one.
America.
You know,
all right. Well.
And so we're going to start, we'll do introductory video on that sometime next week, and some sanding of the body.
Sanding of the body. Wax on, wax off. You know what? These things comes pretty good. So the veneer you don't even really mess with. You just hit that lightly with like 1500 light, and just kind of get it ready for the stain or the oil or whatever you're putting on. And then the body, if you're going to contour it at all, then just contour it. But then it's really already sanded out to like 600.
Well, unfucking believable. I gotta finish the Warlock first, and then the Explorer will be following the line eventually. So
there's
for sure.
But the Warlock, it'll go. It'll happen.
Yes, Ben. Tell America.
Tell America. Yeehaw.
With that, Seth, we are over our time.
We're over our time. Can't believe. I appreciate all of you guys. I want to say, I know we already left for the evening, but thank you to Randy Crooks for buying a Presley this summer. Seriously, you really did help me out but you got to really wait till you get the guitar. I made sure that I put my heart and soul into that thing, and you are stoked.
And one of the things that I and I think you and I both really appreciate is the support that we're getting from the community, right? Whether it be this show, whether it be our individual shows, whether it be the builds we're doing. These guys that come in here and join us every week are just fantastic. And we just love being part of this community.
Totally. Yep. So thank you to everybody. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Rico.
I know. But if you don't let it end and you rewind it really quick, you can pretend like you missed nothing.
Turn around every now and then. I get a little bit happy, and
you probably do that.
Come on, people. Charles and me, about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles and me, about to take you on guitar safari. Turn on your computer and turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down. One volume,